It's time home spec inspections. Getting to an inspection this morning. 13021 Magnolia Street here in Thornton. Getting started a tad early here. This is an ASHI inspection. ASHI is the American Society of Home Inspectors. A copy of ASHI Standards of Practice is given with the home inspection contract and is the contract. So what we're looking for here is any major electromechanical structural problems. Problems that actually may dissuade a buyer from buying the property. That's what we're looking for. Hopefully there aren't any. But if there are, if we find issues, major issues with the electrical, the plumbing, the furnace, the structure, the windows, whatever it may be, then you have the expert in whatever field that may be. Furnace guy, the plumber, electrician, engineer come out to further evaluate. The reason for that is mostly to get bid on how much it's going to cost to fix and repair. Also, there's different opinions, costs, methods on how to fix the same exact problem. You get 5 contractors out here, you can get 5 different ways of fixing the same problem. There's certainly different prices. So anyway, I want to start on the roof and work my way down. Okay, up on the roof here. Looks like these are original shingles. Just a hunch or a guess. Yeah. So far it looks fairly decent shape. So these are what they call asphalt fiberglass architectural shingles. Go by a bunch of different names. They're basic what they use now, pretty good shingles. The expected life on these is about 15, maybe 20 years. Now, I don't see any real major issues here. Yeah, nail pop here and there. Saw a couple of these nail pops up here. That should really be corrected, but I don't see enough. You can always get a roofer up here, kind of fine tune the roof. A few other little deals. This should repair it here. This is ripped off here. This shingle missing. Gutters look pretty good shape. I don't like taking down all the water here and dumping it in one spot like this. Wears the shingles out, but it doesn't look too bad here. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, I guess. This was done wrong here. I don't know who did this. These little glue strips are supposed to not be shown. Plus, you're going to entrap debris right there. See how that one's not done right. See how these are done better. So you can, yeah, I don't see a major issue here, but yeah, it's just better ways of doing things, I guess. The top of the windows aren't flashed. See this flashing? These should have been flashed. So you have to make sure you caulk all this. Yeah, once a year somebody, not necessarily the homeowner, but somebody should go around and look to see all different little areas that need to be caulked. And then you should paint this stuff probably every 10 years or so. This is hardy board concrete siding. Pretty much lasts forever. And you get some real minor fissuring, meaning that the roof is, you know, aging, and eventually probably in another couple of 5, 6, 7 years it'll be time to replace the roof. Whether you get hail damage or not, the granules are getting kind of falling off right now anyway, so should be good for a while. You can have a roofer come up and look. They're not going to find too much minor little stuff that I'm finding. Little fine tuning. But other than that, I think we're good. And like you do with the downspouts, you never want the downspouts draining on your shingles. It wears that shingle out, overflows the gutters. Best way to do this, take this gutter all the way to grade and then extend it away from the house. Like you can see up there, see the big gap, you need to caulk. At least they flash this pretty good, but you can caulk through here. So anyway, the driveway is kind of pitted here. Just so you don't waste any money, those skim coats, those epoxy magical coats don't work. So don't waste any money on that. The only way to really fix this is wait, I guess, till it really gets bad. Bust it all up and start over again. Okay? And what you can do is you can caulk these little gaps here with a special caulk. You can caulk all these. Keeps it from getting, well, not getting worse, but it kind of slows the wear and tear down is all it does. They got outside concrete flexible caulk for this. So this underground extension here, they're notorious for plugging up underneath there, and this one here's been pulling away. So the best way to do is I just let it drain out here. Put an extension, just let it drain out here. You put it underground and who knows where it is. I don't see where daylight's at. And what happened on the outside happens underneath here too. So let's let it drain on the outside and you'll be all right, okay? That little guy right there is a rain sensor. Okay, I think Thornton makes them put it in. It's a hardy board siding. It's concrete, pretty much lasts forever. You can see how it chips and breaks down there, but that's not a big deal. See how it cracks? It's actually concrete board, which is good stuff. Pretty much lasts forever. You can patch the cracks, or they still make this stuff, or you can replace the cracks if you want, if you care about it. Doesn't really matter. You put an extension on your gutter here, extend the water away from the house. So this is your electrical breaker box. You got 150 amps coming in. You pull this down, shuts out the power. Look pretty good to go. Looks like you got somebody did a boo here, double tap that there. That shouldn't be double tapped there. I don't know what that's all about. You got two double taps, see it? Somebody double tap there, double tap there. So I don't know what this goes to, but you certainly can't do that, okay? So I don't know what that goes to, who did that. Somebody after the fact, you can't do that. So anyway, we'll see if we can figure that out. The rest of this looks fine. I don't see any issues with it except for that double tap, so you need to figure out what these wires go to. And you can put another breaker in here and put these wires into that, okay? You can go ahead and caulk these little cracks on this concrete siding if you want. You probably might want to do that. As far as this, I don't know what all this is. What happened here? Is this north? Yeah. Is this north? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. No.
That's
it doesn't matter. This can be painted. It doesn't have anything to do with the structure of the house. Unlike this stuff, the trims are a fiber, wood fiber. This stuff here needs to really be painted, and then you need to caulk it every now and then. That's a broken vapor seal, so we're going to have to look at the rest of the windows and make sure you don't have a bunch of those. Yeah, you do. Here's one here too. See it? In other words, you got moisture in between the two panes of glass. Has nothing to do with the R value of the window. It's just ugly. And when you go to sell it, actually that isn't. That's on the outside. Never mind. Got a gutter leak. The seams tend to leak on gutters. That's what gutters do. So you can go ahead and they got gutter caulk, and you can caulk those leaking gutters if you wish. And this is negative grade, this whole area here, so when it rains, this water's going right in towards your house. You can end up cracking your foundation and then getting that water underneath the slab, that cracked that one area. So you need to do the grade, get the water away from the house. 10% grade, 5 feet away from the house, okay?
Can you see the waves?
Yeah, oh yeah. You don't have handrails here. And you see the waves here, and this is probably, well, it's not probably, it could be a couple of things. First of all, this Trek stuff is not structural. It doesn't have any structural to it. So it kind of bends in between there. But that's not enough length to really cause that kind of settlement. So I think what has happened through the years, I think it's heaved up underneath there because they probably don't have caissons. Remember we talked about caissons in the basement? Round cylindrical concrete things that go down a couple, 3 feet. Watch your dog all over here. This ledger board isn't done right. You need to remove the siding to properly attach the ledger board on this deck, okay? And then you have to flash the top of the ledger board so the water doesn't go behind there. And so if this wasn't done, well, you can see the waves. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Looks like they did kind of a homemade caisson here. Yeah. So this is kind of a fence post type deal rather than a caisson. So that's a negative grade here. You got the water going into your window well here. You see the mud. So you need to do the grade, put an extension on there, get the water away from your house. And that's pretty much this window well over here, the same story. You can see the water coming in here because you got a big hole here. You can see it coming in here. This is all full of mud. Ooh, you got wasps out here. Yeah, well, you got a wasp nest out here somewhere. Anyway, okay. Sprinkler's shut off, but it's actually leaking here, as you can see, seeping. Looks like it froze a couple times too, because it was improperly winterized. It may still have water in here. Why would it be leaking? Yeah, see it drip there? Wow. It might not be turned off inside. That means this is going to freeze here. So this is your AC compressor. It's really dirty. This side's almost completely blocked. So this has never been cleaned. The other issue with it too is you really need to level it up to make it almost perfectly level. If you don't, you can screw it up. It won't run right. You get vibrations and all kinds of stuff. And then you also have oils and stuff in there that can't get to the moving parts properly, okay? And well, that's almost blocked. You see it? Yeah. See the dirt? Yeah. So, yeah. We can't fire it up anyway. It's way too cold. So, okay? So your faucet back here is constantly dripping here. Doesn't really shut off. Little rabbits getting underneath there. Need to fill that up, keep them from getting underneath there, okay? These gaps underneath the garage door, this is how your mice get in and other critters and wind and rain and all that. And who knows, bugs, mud daubers. You got mud daubers in here. So, you can cut a wedge of weather stripping, seal it up, or you can mud jack the concrete and bring it up. I would probably just do a wedge in here unless it gets worse. Then you can mud jack it, okay? You need to fix or replace these on your garage door. One broken there and one broken there. And that may be more problematic of not having enough support going up here. There's nobody does it, but there's a gold labeled door. Will come out and look at the door for like 90 bucks and fix this stuff. They're a pretty good garage door company. Okay, stove's okay. They got special stuff you can use to clean the top of it. So you should be good to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is condensation on the inside on this one. Broken vapor seal.
Yeah.
This thing's not supposed to hum. I don't know. It's a convection system. That little fan's supposed to be flying around in there. So anyway, let's put it on convection and see what happens here. Yeah, it's got louder. So it's not supposed to be humming like that. It is heating up, but probably needs to be looked at. And we don't have a real seller's disclosure here, so I don't think this the washer's working either, guys. Not working right anyway. It's just humming. Didn't see any water coming in and didn't see it spin around or do anything. It should be, and it's on. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we got to work. It was off. The water was off to it. Okay, we'll let that run for a while. So the washer's kind of margin. I think the bearing's going out on it when it spin to make a bunch of noise. So you can kind of hear what it sounds like. That ain't the way that's supposed to sound. Okay, this is kind of loose here, this pan, so you really need to tighten that up.
Yeah. Well, that's like
and you have it's kind of loose here, major loose here. You need to probably nail those in there. But this is the issue, this.
Yeah.
Your kid can push that right off. Yeah, it's pretty loose. Okay, this is plugged up with calcium upstairs here in the master tub here.
Okay.
So you can change this out, the screen thing here. Same way with this, that's all plugged up too. Okay, so we're up here in the attic, okay? First thing we look, make sure you got enough ventilation. Looks pretty good, I guess. I would have put those vents farther up towards the peak, but I think it'd be okay. You got plenty of insulation. A little bit of walking around, not too bad. Some depressed areas up here. Somebody walked around and smushed the insulation down. Just so you know what these black tubes are here.
Are you okay?
These are balancing the air between the bedrooms rather than having to keep the doors open, okay? And this is a steel tub, and you can see how it's rusting out. That's not going to go away. So, and they can, sometimes they spray these, but eventually that's going to rust out. And then this tub too in the hall there, that gap there, that shouldn't be like that either. That can leak. This is actually like a petri dish on this window. You actually got mold and mildew and stuff growing inside the window in here between the two panes of window, broken vapor seal. Just so you know, we're not doing cosmetics, okay? We're not doing cosmetics, and somebody mispainted the walls too with the wrong color paint. So just so you know. So if this water level gets higher to the height or next to that peripheral drain pipes, what they call it, then you need to put in a sump pump to pump the water out. Plug it in there, okay? You probably won't have to do that. If you do finish the basement, I'd put a water alarm on here. They're like $30. And that will tell you when the water level gets too high, okay? This little crack here is absolutely nothing. Don't worry about it. Just the bottom line. Just the slab's cracking, moving, all that. What you don't want, what's holding the house up is this foundation wall here. So this is slab, it's just concrete over mud, okay? The only issue is you don't want it to move when you finish the basement. You don't want it to move because it can screw things up. So they had on the furnace here, they had not a swamp cooler, a humidifier. And you see how it leaked pretty bad here, all that water stains there. And so why do we care? Because if you look in here, you see a bunch of rust up over through all this whole area in here, down in through there. So this rust, this water, was leaking right on top of the heat exchanger, okay? There's no way of finding out, well, no way I can find out if the heat exchanger is rusted out unless you spend like 2 hours taking the furnace apart. So I would have a HVAC guy come out here and validate the fact that the heat exchanger isn't all rusted out, okay? And they have different ways of doing it, okay? You got a bunch of air leaks here that's all leaking air through here. This all needs to be sealed up here on the furnace. So basically the problem with the house is the furnace. You need to have it cleaned, serviced, certified if anybody will do it. A lot of them won't do it on, you know, older furnaces, not that old, but with the issues with it, with the new PC board they had to put in it, probably from the water and stuff, yeah, they might recommend just a new furnace anyway. So the hot water heater, it worked fine. This could be going out too. I don't know how old it is. New water stains here. Let's see how old this guy is here. So yeah, the hot water heater's original, so they last about 15 years. So, you know, I would probably just wait for it to fail and to get a new one. It's pretty much the conclusions of the inspection at 13021 Magnolia Street.